Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. ThunderousTherapist here, and it's the third episode of the ThunderousTherapist series. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend watching the previous episodes before proceeding to this one, and also the introduction video of this series so you know what it's about. But without further ado, let's get to the questions. So for our first question in this video, and it's actually by ThunderousTherapist as they stated their name, it reads as follows. How do you feel about gay people? People who support LGBTQ or people who are trans or lesbian? Do you think these people are psychos, or do you think that these people do no harm to society? If you don't want to answer this publicly, you can always message me your opinions by ThunderousTherapist. Well, this is a very controversial topic you have brought up here, ThunderousTherapist, but I'm willing to give an answer to this question publicly on video, just as long as everyone watching the video will remain civil about the opinion I have on this, so here we go. So to start off, I personally don't belong to the LGBTQ plus community, as I am straight and I'm biologically a male. And I don't plan on being a part of the LGBTQ plus community as far as I'm aware. Now to answer your question of how I feel about these people, well, I don't have any issues with these people whatsoever, and I don't think that they do any harm to society. I am very against discrimination because of factors like gender, race, religious point of view, political opinion, and of course LGBTQ plus status. And I do believe that everyone has the right to make decisions like this for themselves if they want to change how they are, as referring to being transgender, to love whoever they want as referring to being gay, lesbian, etc. I personally though would not recommend being trans or having a different sexuality, but it is still a personal choice, and I will respect the decision if said person believes that it will be the better choice for themselves and for their well-being. And that is why I do support LGBTQ+, because I may not personally agree with it, but I still would love to see people make decisions for themselves that they believe would be best for them. So yeah, there's my answer. And like I said before, please keep everything civil. Okay, so moving on to question 2 for this episode, it reads as follows. I have a server that me and my friend own, but I do most of the work and he's never on, so I have to deal with all the bugs and glitches in the server. And I don't know what to do because I've known him for a long time, and I don't want to just revoke his permission to the server because I don't want to lose him as a friend. But whenever I try to tell him to do something, he just says he has to go, so I don't know what to do. It honestly seems like that your friend simply isn't interested in helping you to keep the server operational. The first thing I would do is to ask your friend if they are even interested in continuing to help you with this project. If they say they aren't, then that pretty much answers why they're so inactive, and in that case, I would just revoke their server operator permissions. Now if they say no, but still want the permissions, or if they say they do want to continue keeping the server operational and still don't do much for it, then there's no better way of saying that they're just being straight up lazy. I would give them a chance, but in this case, I would just revoke their permission anyway if they continue to refuse to contribute to the project. When you do it, be straight up with them and tell them how you feel about it. Which in your case, you feel that they should contribute to the project if they want to keep their position. And they feel like they shouldn't keep the position if they won't fulfill the duties of their position. Now you also mentioned how you're afraid that you'll lose the friendship if you revoke their permissions. And honestly, if that did happen, then that would be a very immature move on their part because number one, true friends would work to resolve any disputes to preserve their friendship, as nobody's perfect and everyone will always get into fights eventually. And number two, it's just a video game and there are countless other things that people could get into disputes about that are much more severe than this. So I do hope my advice helps, and I hope this issue gets resolved soon. So moving on to question 3, and also the last question for this episode, it reads as follows. Why do you always wear the partygoer skin in Roblox Arsenal? Okay, so I just like the Arsenal partygoer avatar in general, but another reason for always wearing that Arsenal avatar is to get a little message across that there shouldn't be any issue with females being in the military, since, not saying all of you think this, but there are some people who do think that being in the military is more of a male job. And I personally believe that whatever males can do, females can also do, and whatever females can do, males can also do, with the exception of biological factors, obviously. But there's really nothing else to say except that I want everyone to be treated equally and for nobody to be discriminated against for factors like this. So yeah, that is going to be it for this ThunderousTherapist episode. I know I talked about some pretty controversial stuff in this episode, and I once again ask that we keep it all civil. But other than that, as always, if you did enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. But until next episode, I will see you all in the next video.